Senate President Lawan, Akpabio, Tambuwal, and others risk jail terms for contesting more than one elective post. Inec official. Senate President Ahmad Lawan, a former governor of Akwa State, Godswill Akpabio, and other politicians who obtained more than one nomination form had committed an electoral offence and were liable to 2 years imprisonment under the Electoral Act 2022. This was disclosed by the resident electoral commissioner in Akwa State, Mike Nkini, on Tuesday. He stated this while featuring on Channels TV, quoting Section 115D of the Electoral Act 2022. He said, a person who signs a nomination paper or result form as a candidate in more than one constituency at the same election commits an offence and is liable on conviction to a maximum term of imprisonment for 2 years. He said by constituency, the electoral term refers to a separate election, whether it is presidential, governorship, senatorial, the House of Representatives, or that of a State Assembly. He said any candidate who runs afoul of this law is liable to be jailed for 2 years, and that Section 115(3), subsection 3, even states that an attempt to obtain multiple forms is an offence. He insisted that Inec did not monitor the primaries that produced Akpabio as a senatorial candidate for Akwa Ibom Northwest. Akpabio had contested as he contested the presidential ticket of the APC but withdrew from the race on June 7th and asked his supporters to back Bola Tinubu. Very suspicious indeed. Why would you choose to back down? No one just backs down. It's either you lose or you win. You could have lost going against Tinubu, but then you withdraw and then you say others should support Tinubu. If we were really to reach, we could start saying signs of bullying or whatever, but let's not reach. A parallel primary election was conducted and won by Ekperikpe Ekpo. However, it was later cancelled over irregularities, while a rerun was conducted on June 8th with Akpabio declared as winner of the exercise. Lawan, after losing the APC presidential ticket, reportedly asked Bashir Machina, winner of the Yobe North senatorial primary, to relinquish the ticket. This implies that the Senate President and Akpabio might have secretly obtained nomination form for the senatorial seat of the respective districts, also while also seeking a presidential ticket at the same time. By Guinea's submission, other politicians who might have violated the Electoral Act include Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River State, Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto State, and Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State. Well, the rest of them could be liable. I think it's again, why would they ever do that if they weren't confident they were going to win? And I'm sure they are very much aware that it is an offense. Why would you want to go for 2 posts at the same time? Again, one was sure, the other was insurance. And so it's, you question the validity or the truth. Did I say truth? Because why did Tinubu not also get insurance? Is it that in these parties, there's always the one who is sure to win or who has the capacity to win? Not necessarily competence, but capacity. And obviously, Tinubu, will have more of the capacity, if you know what I mean. But they must have been sure they were not going to win. They really must have been sure. You're not going to go against someone like Tinubu in APC and you think you're going to win. It's a bit funny. And again, I guess in PDP, the same thing with Atiku as well, which you may say, why did you not just do what Peter Obi did? Because again, if Peter Obi had tried to, push his way through to power and, want to be in the mix by any means necessary, then he wouldn't have, he probably would have found another post that would be his insurance, but he didn't do that. He left. Very risky, but 3 days to, basically 3 days to win to the primaries, then he left and joined another party. A big risk, he took it, but it worked. So it's why did you not do the same thing again with Ben Ayade and, Godswill Akpabio? I'm not necessarily sure if they're perfect, but I think, if they had done what Peter Obi did and went to another party, I genuinely think they'd also contest in terms of the support. Again, I'm not saying that they're perfect in for the fact that they're related to the APC. I mean, look at Peter Obi, PDP. He's been in that mix before. So if they went to other parties or other new parties, I mean, again, I wouldn't say these two people, Benayade specifically and Godswill Akpabio, I would not necessarily think that they have as bad of a reputation, or I don't think it would be a lot of a detriment if they actually went. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone will fall on their feet, but I don't think they'd get as much scrutiny as Tinubu is getting. I don't think they've really gotten into the bad books of people to that in that regard. So I think if they had done that, I mean, if they can learn the lesson from Peter Obi, you could have just gone to another party. But again, the greed and I guess, the security of staying in that same party that has had the power for how many years, that would obviously have pushed their decision to still stay in the party while go for another form. And again, why would the party allow that? It's not just the people, it's the party that would allow. I mean, if the party gave the form, except some corrupt thing happened, I mean, and whoever's head of releasing these forms was not aware and they got these forms in another way, then okay, but that's highly unlikely. So again, you buy these forms, right? I mean, the presidential form, I mean, worth millions of naira, which, I mean, people are literally out here paying 15k for jam form. I don't understand why a form should be, whatever it is. And so for the political parties, they're making money. I mean, you've already paid for the ticket, and I'm sure that it's non-refundable. So whether you withdraw or you lose, the money is gone. And then for you as assurance, whatever ticket that you want, I'm sure they probably will still have to pay for it too. So again, the political party is earning crazy amounts, like crazy amounts. So it is what it is. But again, as much as you want to blame these candidates, they can only do it under a platform, a political party, the APC. And if they're going to punish anybody, yes, they should punish the people and also the political party. Maybe that would teach the political party, or maybe from that system or from this news, there could be like a fine system or a strike system, and potentially can affect the party's reputation and also their chances of winning or becoming the ruling party. It could negatively, because of the party's name, could negatively affect Tinubu's candidacy. So, there is so much that can happen. But again, we're in a country where accountability does not exist. So all this is just being realistic. Nothing will happen. Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.